Just picked up the 3000 GT door from the PDR guy. You can see there used to be a dent right there. There was a dent right there. And I still have the circles on there, so you can tell it's the same door. Over here, you can see that a little bit of paint is like peeled, but the dent is relatively gone. I am going to, you know, refinish this door, sand it with some 150, 120 grit, and high build it. But I need to pull all these little clips out and get it ready. Also, he got this dent up here out. He glue pulled it because there is a bunch of metal behind this, so he couldn't get his tools in behind that to actually pop it out. So he glue pulled it. It does look extremely nice. He also said there was a bunch of little things he also popped out, so that's really awesome. Cost me 80 bucks. I mean, that's a lot better for me to not have to fill it for 80 bucks than to use a bunch of filler and know that it's underneath the paint. So I'm gonna pull this door out and pretty much get it ready to start the body work on. I'm gonna pull all these little, you know, these little clips out because I don't want to paint over them. That's not how I do things. Like the car, I pulled all the clips out and put new ones in, and it just makes it a lot cleaner and a lot easier to assemble, and in the end result, it is a lot nicer. So let me get this door out of the bed of my truck. Blocked it out yesterday. It looks really good. What I'm going to do now is DA it. There are a few spots that need to be done. Some spots like I did over here where it chipped and it started a little rust underneath it. Just surface rust. I need to get that out. I don't want to paint over it. It will, you know, mess the paint up again. If I just primed it, sealed it, and painted it, it would do the same thing. There'd be a little crack there. So I'll DA it with 320. It's already blocked with 320. 2 days ago, me and Trevor primered the Supra, the giveaway Supra, and the car was really clean. It had a few flaws that needed to be fixed, a few dings and stuff like that, just parking lot stuff. I also recommended, and we did remove the texture stuff on the bottom of the rocker. I've always hated that on 90s cars. I don't know why they added it. It just looks horrible. It's hard to clean. It doesn't look good. And you know, if you need to buff it, it's like texture. So sanded that down. All it is like the stuff you use in your house almost. It's just like you spray on a texture, and that's gone. So the car is straight now. I got pretty worried when I saw this little bit of filler right here is what it looked like. It probably is a little bit of like a skim, and you can see all these spots where I took it down because of the cracks that were in there. And I think I missed one right there and there, so I'm gonna take those two down, and then it should be ready to prime. But yeah, I was like, oh no, I found some more filler, and I flipped the door over and it's straight on the back. So this must just be some filler they added, because this door looks like it has a few coats of paint. So there's bare metal, there's some primer. It looks like the door may have been white. Then there's another coat of primer, there's a coat of green, another coat of primer, coat of green, another coat of primer, coat of green. So all these little cracks, you probably can't see it. See where those little circles are? There's like little tiny cracks. I need to get all the way down to bare metal where every one of those are, or it will do it again after I paint it, and I don't want to have to run into any issues. So the best course of action is just to feather it out like that. You go bigger than the little crack was originally, and you can't really see that one, but there is one right there. And then when you prime it, you block it, and then you don't have an issue because you're down to bare metal. All that is there's a little tiny little rust is starting under the paint, and it's causing it to crack the paint. Circled all those little spots that I need to feather out with those cracks. Hopefully I'm going to get them all. It looks like that's all of them. There's one straggler up here. I'm guessing that's just because the door's been painted so many times. A little bit of water's gotten under there and formed some rust, started to crack the paint. Some of them were more noticeable than others. The ones I've already done were actually pretty large cracks. Put 2 coats of high build on the door, and now all I need to do is kind of let it shrink a little bit. It, you know, I'll probably leave it for about a day or two, and then I'll block it out, and then I will re-high build it again, just because I don't want any shrink back later on, and I don't want to be seeing any sanding scratches or anything like that, you know, later on once the paint cures and shrinks a little bit. So I think that's it for the door, and now that it is primed, it does look, you know, really nice. I mean, it still needs to be sanded, but I'm really excited that it's you know, the PDR guy did a really great job getting the dents out, and now I don't have very much body work to do to this door, and the 3000 GT will have a driver's door. Just finished cutting and buffing the rear quarter. I kind of was lazy. I sanded it a long time ago. Never actually finished buffing it, but now it is it's done, I guess. I mean, I probably need to put some wax on it, maybe look and make sure there isn't any scratches I need to kind of buff out with the wool pad. But other than that, I think it's pretty much where it needs to be, and everything. So yeah, it's definitely nice and shiny. I need to finish this car. I wish I had a passenger door in about probably like a week to, you know, paint them and get it all back together. But maybe after this thing's done, I'll do that. But we'll definitely see what's going to happen, because I still need to wet sand this quarter, both fenders, and I'm probably not going to do the front bumper since it is a bumper. They're kind of a pain. I might do some spots on the bumper, but I just don't want to worry about, you know, cutting through it. So I definitely think I should be able to get this thing done relatively quick. I mean, all I have left to do is the doors. If I can find a passenger side door, the driver's side one, I probably should have that thing painted in a couple, I'd say, I don't know, maybe a couple months. Hopefully I have this thing, you know, good to go before summer is over, so I can actually cruise it somewhere and everything. I should have my solid subframe bushings, so this pile of random stuff over here, well, it's not random stuff, it's the powder coated subframe I did a while ago. I just haven't been able to put it on. I'll put the solid subframe bushings in. With that subframe, delete the rear steering and put the poly diff bushings in, and pretty much just clean all this up. I may end up putting the rear steel braided lines that I got a while ago and put those on. I may end up painting the rear calipers when I do that, but if I do that, I might as well paint the fronts. So I want to get that all buttoned up and get the rear steering deleted, and then it'll stop leaking power steering fluid every once in a while. That is the end of this video. Finally got the quarter, you know, buffed and everything on the VR4. I finally got a driver door. The PDR guy got all the dents out of it, and then, you know, I pretty much had to sand all those weird cracks out of the original paint. Well, the original paint and like 7 other layers of paint. So that will sit for, I'll probably let it sit for a week, because we're doing the Supra giveaway. And once you know, next weekend comes, I'll probably I'll block it out, and then I'll be able to re-high build it, let it sit for another week, because I will you know, have to go and help my grandma because she's getting hip replacement. So I will be in California for a whole week. So yeah, I'll be in Sacramento. So if anybody's in Sacramento and wants to hang out, I may have, you know, a few hours a day that I could do some stuff. So, and I may want to do some, you know, fun stuff while you know, she's probably watching TV or something like that. We'll see exactly how it goes. I'm gonna go there and she's gonna have the surgery. Last time she was there for like a day or two or something like that, and then we went home. But the VR4 is coming along, and it just, You know, if I would have never had those doors in the hood dustless blast, well, and the fenders dustless blasted, you know, I wouldn't have had this problem. This car would have been done a long time ago. And then now I have this project coming in. This will be a quick project. It's just a repair project. Those are always, you know, I should have this thing done within a couple months after I get the parts. The parts should be here by the time I get back from Cali. And this, you know, the door should be ready when I get back from Cali. We'll see exactly what happens. It's going to be kind of a weird period because when I get back, the giveaway will be pretty much coming to an end. So there will be, I think, 1.5 or 2 more weeks left of the giveaway. So I'll do that. Then I'll pretty much, I may end up painting the door. This door, the sail panel, so I can get this whole side of the car back together and complete, so I can have half of this crap that's in the back of the car back on the door and, you know, out of the car instead of just sitting around. And then once that's done, I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to do that first or if I'm going to, you know, fix this Hellcat first. So it's kind of going to be this, what do I want to get done first? And it kind of depends on the parts. As long as the parts are here, by the time I get back, I'll probably, you know, most definitely gonna get this thing and get it done. Started a few times, just the sound, I really want to drive it. It just, I mean, it's gonna be fast. It's gonna be really fast. So this thing, it's not really a fast car. It's just kind of a nice 90s cruiser, and a nice thing to kind of to have a clean one, because most of them are just piles of junk. So I think we're gonna leave it at that, and we'll end the video here. If you like the videos, give it a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and see you in the next episode.